Bonjour, kiwit nagabo na dijinikaz, Animakee wa Zhing Ndunjiba, a tik totem. My English name is Donald Copenace, and I come from Northwest Angle 37 First Nation. I come from a large family, and we're all survivors of the residential school system, but I'm also a prostate cancer survivor. I was diagnosed when I was 47, so roughly about 17, 18 years ago. I've always been, fairly aware of my health, and I started noticing that I was having issues. I was having issues with urinating, but I was also having issues with, I think the word they use a lot nowadays is erectile dysfunction. In my family, there's a history of diabetes, so my first worry was that I was maybe becoming diabetic. So I went to go see my doctor, and typical appointment. He asked me questions, and I told him what I was experiencing. We thought that maybe he should refer me to a specialist. Then I had to get a biopsy, and they had to get five samples, tissue samples from my prostate. When I got the results back, probably, a couple of weeks later, they were surprising because I was only 46, 47, and certainly prostate cancer wasn't on my radar. Based on the scores that they used, it was serious. And after getting the scores and, doing some research on my own, I decided that probably the best option was to do the radical surgery and remove the prostate. The surgery was a success. Wasn't experiencing some of the after effects that you read about. I didn't experience incontinence. Certainly was able to return to a normal sex life, I guess. I'm a guy, so I was happy about that, and we still had to do PSA tests to track how my recovery was going. It was probably about after 6 months that the tests were showing that I was still getting some positive PSA tests. The specialist told me that the surgery most likely didn't remove all the tumor. The recommendation was that I go for radiation therapy. The radiation, it went fairly smooth. Didn't have any real issues with it. It was probably the last 2 weeks where I started getting tired, no energy, wanting to sleep. Other than that, radiation therapy was not a big concern. It's been 17 years. I still go see the doctor each year. I get my annual PSA test. That's how we monitor whether the prostate cancer is returning, and so far so good. Motivated me to take my health a lot more seriously. I got into fitness and being more conscious of my health in general. I got into running. I've been able to finish 3, official marathons, so I'm quite pleased with that. I've done lots of half marathons, 10-kilometer races. I think it's done a lot of good with keeping me healthy in every way, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. I've been dancing for over 35 years. Even with the prostate cancer, I'm still able to dance. You have to take responsibility for your own health. That's one of the things I had to deal with. You have this ego as a man, and particularly with prostate cancer, because it affects the physical aspect of your ego as a man, your identity as a man. It prevents you from, as a man, looking for help, looking for support. I was able to, with the support of my wife, get over that barrier. From there, I was able to, take more responsibility for my health after that. It's never been about just me, because I have 3 boys. I have a daughter. I like to be a good role model. I try to be strong, but recognize that you're not alone. That you have to be able to ask for help and find support in where you can find it. And for me, it was with my family. I have a loving wife, and she's been there every step of the way. So for that, I'm really thankful. Miigwech.